And I'm happy to introduce to you the first speaker, Alexey Sidoryuk from Digital Economy Organization, who is going to speak about AI trends in Fintech 2022, international and Russian perspective. Colleagues, good afternoon. Alexey, thank you very much for this warm introduction. And today I will talk about Fintech AI trends, and I would like to quote Maxim Areshkin first, that he articulated in the morning, saying that domestic Fintech market is pretty progressive, and it is one of the key players in AI sphere globally. First and foremost, I would like to tell you a couple of words about our organization. We are a platform for interaction, business, expert, community, government, state, and digital business within digital economy development. We also have a separate working group on artificial intelligence that incorporates 40 best representatives of this field in this country. And Andrei Beltov heads this working group, who is head of the direction on digital transformation of Gazprom Neft. Another area of our activities is implementation of our own projects, and here we focus on AI technologies a lot. And third, we have recently become a center of industrial revolution, and we implement international projects on AI, among others, together with the Sber, and we come up with a World Maturity Index, and that is a pretty interesting project. So if it is topical to you, you can join in. Talking about artificial intelligence, first and foremost, we talk about a comprehensive system of algorithms that imitates activities of humans and sometimes even performs some tasks better than humans instead of humans. Ministry of Economic Development has elaborated 5 areas of artificial intelligence. That is computer vision, video analytics, that is the second category, that is recommendation systems and intellectual system of decision-making support, that is virtual assistants of medical doctors, teachers, and assistants that prepare solutions, whereas the final decision is made by human. And natural language processing and speech-to-text speech synthesis is the third thing. And fourth, also, and promising methods and technologies of AI. Here we imply artificial general intelligence, that is intelligence that can adapt in new circumstances, that can learn without the teacher. So first and foremost, that is development of these technologies. If we have a look at the banking processes, there will be 3 major levels. First, that will be management processes, including strategic management, banking, product and marketing management, finance and risk management, and so on. Then there will be the main backbone processes of the bank, that is servicing retail customers, working with financial institutions, working with corporate clients, and working in stock exchange market. And the third thing is support process. Here there is IT activities and general supply activities and so on. And what AI solutions are used here? In the first level, that is customer scoring and business forecasts, customer segmentation, planning of cash in transit and forecasts of cash in ATMs, analysis of offline points of sales, location. As for the interaction with the customer processes, currently chatbots and voice assistants are used actively, as well as intellectual routing and customized financial assistance and banking services. As for the third level, the support processes, AI solutions such as biometric identification is used, as well as recognition of documents and fraud monitoring and ML and FT activity recognition. Here I show you examples of domestic solutions, and there are much more than here. But in typical scenarios, customer scoring, for example, is used in large banks in Russia that enables to downscale the time of processing the application, and that also has an impact on a lot of processes like bad debts and others. As for voice assistance, there are two scenarios. First, that is intelligent routing inside the call center, and second, that is communication with the customer through voice assistant inside an application. I believe that you all know these applications very well, and that enables to have 80% call reception and 10% processing, and the time of servicing goes down by 40 seconds. And if the voice assistant is used correctly, then the customer will not wait for a long time and will be routed to the correct assistant very fast. Smart chatbots, that is, communication means that imitate activities of humans, and 60% of queries are processed automatically by bots, and the speed of processing has gone down by 4 times and is today 40 seconds. Two more scenarios is biometrics, that is payment and identification, when you can make certain banking operations remotely, and the precision of identification is much higher than that of a human, and that also decreases the time per payment, that is showing passport and banking loyalty card and banking card, all is united in one operation. And anti-fraud and financial monitoring, that is also AI technologies used to recognize and identify non-typical activities, bad activities. There is a little survey of AI Center of Expertise as of 2020, that is yet, as of now, the first full year that we have statistics for. And we can see that financial services are introduced in 23% of organizations, and they outpace trade and IT sector. And mainly what technologies are introduced, that is machine learning, second is synthesis of speech, computer vision, and natural language processing. AI mainly is used in production processes, but can also be used for sales, marketing, and safety and security inside the bank. If we have a look at worldwide experience, we will see that AI in financial services goes second, together with automotive industry and assembly. And what comes first is high-tech and telecom industry. But that is also a very good indicator. And this analysis was done when around 2,000 respondents were surveyed, and it was done by McKinsey and Company in 2020. And if we have a look at life cycle stages, at how AI technologies are applied, first and foremost, AI is used in service operations, second in risks, and third in marketing and sales. If we have a breakdown on the types of technologies, first will be in Fintech sector will be RPA, or robotization of business processes. And some experts believe that it belongs to AI sphere, while others do not agree with that. So I think that it is debatable. Second is machine learning. Third is natural language recognition. And fourth is interaction automatically with users. If we have a look at global AI market development trends, we will see that chatbots have already covered hype and now are in a large-scale introduction mode, but there is a certain criticism. But we see that soon it will reach a plateau of stability, so it will be scaled up and applied everywhere. So what is now on the hype is age AI and digital ethics, and it is topical for Russia as well. Not long ago, we had a forum on digital ethics. So we are within the global trends. If we have a look at the trends of 2022 that Gartner has introduced recently, we will see that 5 trends are directly or indirectly dealing with AI. That is data fabric. So that is everything that is connected with data storage and data settings. The second one is decision intelligence that is mainly based on AI technologies. Third is AI engineering or automating data collection processes, and that is also in the trend, in the vogue for 2022, as well as autonomous systems and generative AI. As for the generative AI, we can see that Sber not long ago introduced a model of data learned using with AI technologies on Russian texts, Russian sources. If we have a look at the priorities of domestic fintech market development in AI, not long ago, the Bank of Russia introduced the main areas of the financial market development in the Russian Federation, indicating 5 priorities. That is improving procedures of identification using biometric technologies. We can see that this market is growing actively, and domestic biometric technologies are well received globally. If you remember, well, our company, Fusion Labs, won first place according to NIST ranking that saw it as the most promising and advanced technology that recognizes the people's faces. Second, AI is planned to be introduced in behavior surveillance to identify anomalies and behavioral risks concentration with the different gray schemes and other illegal activities, and AI helps to save the money of organizations and citizens because it can see that some activity is dangerous and it can put it to a halt. Another area is assessment of financial stability risks, and the Bank of Russia is one of the active participants to shape a comprehensive regulating of turnover in the financial market. We can see that this issue is pretty acute for AI development. And another thing is we receive a chance to analyze active and passive strategies of investing and bear in mind this experience in elaborating regulations. And the strategy itself indicates that these results will be open to the market so that other participants would be able to use these results of the analysis. That is the main thing that I would like to say, I believe, and you can see my contact details on the screen, and I would be happy to entertain your questions. Alexey, thank you very much for this really very well elaborated overview of the key trends in fintech and AI. And the question that I have to you is, what trend of AI application do you personally deem as the hottest, I would say, the most urgent in the horizon of 2-3 years? As for me, as historically, I have had experience of working with biometric technologies, I can see that this thing is developing really fast and successfully in Russia, and our technologies are successfully exported to other countries in the world. So I believe that a lot of innovations will take place in the sphere of payment using face recognition, and you know that also metro entrance using face recognition has recently been launched in Moscow. So apart from that, technologies that have been accumulated with chatbots and voice assistants are something that now organizations are starting to consolidate and scale to the market. And we can give an example of Yandex here that has given a separate area that is port dry, and it gathered everything that was accumulated in communication with taxi parks and drivers, Yandex Lavka and Yandex Food. So now it is turned into a product that will go to B2B and B2G market. So I believe that the organizations that have accumulated competences in AI development will form similar products and also scale them up to other industries.
Yes, Alexey, thank you for your exhaustive answer. I'd like to thank you once again for a very exciting presentation.